Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, bringing us a Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay commentary, which, as you watch in the background, is a gameplay from a subscriber. Thank you, Chuck, for sending in his gameplay. And what this gameplay is he wanted some pointers. He's playing some ground war on Tavorsk district. I watched over the gameplay already. Seems like someone on his team ended up getting a tactical nuke, which is pretty interesting to see, especially because it's Tavorsk district. Also, I recognized one of the names of the person who typed in the chat, although I did not really see them get a kill in the kill feed. But yeah, so it seems like you have Reed Boy in your lobby here. I believe he's part of Doom Clan. He's a very good player. He's a live streamer on Twitch. So if you guys don't know who he is, check him out. He was actually, I believe, in this gameplay, like I said, because I saw his name pop up. We said GG with a smiley face, and I would assume he was probably the one who got the nuke. But anyways, so it looks like we're starting off in a tank, and we are going to be going down the main street here. So one of the things, if you're going to use one of the tanks and APCs, in particular here, it looks like Chuck is using the APC. Good thing you're starting a tank fight here. One of the things you want to be doing, though, is if you are going to tank fight, is you really want to make sure that you are still driving the tank forward and backwards, just trying to strafe in a tank fight, just so that way you can win the fight and take less shots. One of the things about that, you don't have to punch open doors, by the way. If you super sprint, you'll just go right through the door, so I would never recommend punching the doors for that reason, simply because super sprinting through is a lot easier. Or you can ADS and slow peek a door, which is another really good tactic to use to stay a little bit stealthier. So right here, you don't have to stun, you don't need to be crouch walking or anything. As you guys can see, or as you should see on your radar, is a lot of your teammates around you. And you'll see that they're all around this building, so it's going to be pretty rare for enemies to be already here, especially this early on in the game, unless they took a vehicle here. But since your team has already won over this area and the majority of your teammates are here, I would say that it's pretty safe for you to be in this area. Now, where you did place that proximity mine before is a good spot, and right here, this is where the decision making starts. So let's see where he's going to go. Looks like he is going up here. This is a good spot. Now, alright, good. Coming up here is a good way to look over to C and B, as well as defend D if people have to be. So right now what I would be doing is, yes, exactly, I would be going towards B, and I would also be trying to overlook D. I would not, well, I guess since they're starting to take D, that would be good. But C is another area you want to look at. If I were you, I would have just stayed up there. Try to maybe look at C. Try to look for a couple picks at C. Right here, it looks like he's going to get sniped from the top. And this is how Tavorsk district generally plays. People are going to be sitting on rooftops. They're going to be constantly looking for easy ways to get kills. So the higher the ground you have on this map is going to be very beneficial for you. So it looks like he spawned back in at D, and he is going to be looking around for some kills or whatnot here. Now, one of the things is I would not recommend sticking to your home flag. I understand that, you know, defending an objective is good, but one of the things you also have to remember is if there's no enemies going for that flag, you're not going to be getting any kills or any kill streaks. And speaking of kill streaks, let's talk about your setup. So you have the cruise missile, the sentry gun, and the white phosphorus. Now, two of these streaks are good. The cruise missile is very good, especially for ground war, because it is going to allow you to basically destroy any tank at any time you want, and you can also look at your minimap, or not even just your minimap, you can pull up the overall map if you press Option, Start, whatever you might be on, maybe press Escape if you're on PC, and you'll see the giant map, and you can line that up with any tank or vehicle you see on the radar, and just go ahead and take it out with the cruise missile. The white phosphorus is also good because it's basically one giant smoke grenade to allow you freely maneuver the map and get easy rotations off. But the sentry gun is practically a useless kill streak in any game mode that you're playing, just because it doesn't have all that much range. It's very slow at firing, and it just isn't very good in this game. So I would not recommend running the sentry gun. If I were you, I'd be using something like maybe a UAV or a VTOL jet or an advanced UAV, you know, whatever it might be. But I would definitely recommend running kill streaks that you're comfortable with getting. So right here it looks like an enemy got a white phosphorus, because I could see that you just got damaged. Now, again, one of the things I would definitely be working on, and this is just my opinion, I would definitely want to try to go towards the flags where enemies are going to be, and this is going to help you engage more gunfights, it's going to help you get more kills, as well as more practice in general just for gunfighting players, so you'll get a lot more action if you're going to, let's say, A right now instead of sticking with D, because as you can see, since you're on this building, and one of the things you also have to check out is that on your radar, so a teammate had a UAV up and there was an enemy on your radar and he was on your floor, and how you would know they're on their floor is the blip would have no little line above or below it. As you can see, if you look on your radar right now, just go back like a little wee bit and you'll see that there was like a underscore, I guess you could say, that was on top of the circle, and then there's another one that will be on the bottom of the circle. And if it's on the bottom, that means they are below you. If it is above that, then that means they are above you, and if there is no blip, then that means they are on the same exact level as you. So knowing that would be good. Also right here, do not crouch walk corners unless you are going for your challenges, like you're trying to get crouch kills or whatever, but you should have pre-aimed that just because that guy did throw a thermite. Now usually if people are going to throw thermites and are going to block off doors, generally they might leave that area because they figure you're not going to go through, so I wasn't really sure why that player didn't move through, but again, you're just sticking around the D area. Again, I would definitely be moving over towards B, especially because there's not going to be a lot of enemies that really get through the cracks and crevices and are going to be around this area, except this guy is right here. But again, like I said, you're not really going to see a lot of players if you are sticking to one of your home flags. Now, you're not going to be able to spawn on a flag that the enemy is capturing or contesting. So with that being said, as soon as you see the enemies are taking that flag that you were trying to defend, you're going to want to spawn on a flag that is nearby, like the C flag here, for example. So it seems like Chuck is going to make his decision to go back to D and try to maybe regain the flag or get some kills there. So let's go ahead and see how his decision making goes here. And it seems like, okay, you're crossing the street. One of the things about crossing the street is smokes will always help you cross streets, as well as you just want to have a general idea of where people are going to be before you do cross street. Check common areas such as rooftops, the mid rooftop, not the like whole way up top, but like that middle rooftop. Check the window there, and then make your super sprint over to get there. Now, bouncing Betties, never place it on a stairwell like that. One of the things you want to do whenever you do place a bouncing Betty is place it at the bottom of the stairwell. The reason you want to place a bouncing Betty at the bottom of a stairwell is because whenever people blindly sprint up a staircase, it's going to catch them off guard. If they go prone, then there is no escape because the bouncing Betty is still going to hit them. So proning does not save you from a Betty whenever it's at the bottom of a stairwell. Now that a friendly advanced UAV was called in, you can see exactly where everyone is on your radar, so at this point you can start making some decisions on what you need to do. So right here, I think that what you need to do is look at your radar a little bit more. You can see that they're all above you at this point. I know that it's impossible to see what layer the enemies are on if they are not using Ghost, because with an advanced UAV it's going to show a vector and it's going to show like what area they are facing. So I would recommend, in that case, just trying to think, where would my enemy be? And usually on a map like Tavorsk District here, like I said earlier, the enemies are generally going to be on the top of the map. They're going to be on the highest point of every building they can possibly be on. Right here, it looks like you're going for a melee kill. One of the things real quick about running up on someone like that is if you don't have dead silence, you have to hope that player is not going to listen for your footsteps, because footsteps are loud in Modern Warfare, and you want to make sure that whenever you're running up on someone like that, that you do not have them hear your footsteps. Otherwise, they're just going to turn around. They're going to get a free kill on you. So make sure you watch out for that. Now right here, again, you're running back towards this top area and E. The enemies are not likely going to be here, except there is someone lurking here. Here's the thing about lurkers, right? Is I generally let other teammates deal with people who are lurking, or I try to rotate around depending on who touches the flag, right? If somebody is, let's say these enemies are back here at D, and the only flag they really own is A, I'm not going to be concerned about the people that are lurking back here that are trying to streak up, because they don't really know exactly where our teammates are going to spawn. Generally, teammates tend to spawn on the flags closest to the enemy flags, so that means B and C right now would probably be getting the most spawns from our teammates. So these people that are lurking D and E generally aren't going to really capture the flag. They're kind of just trying to stay alive, maybe look for a pick or two. So you don't really have to worry about them too much. I would definitely recommend trying to push the front lines and being more towards A right now, and maybe in between, you know, B and C, and just trying to catch people off the rotation of A, because the more kill streaks you get for your team, the more damage you're going to be doing and holding people back. And whenever I say something like a white phosphorus or a gunship, chopper gunner, advanced UAV can really change the tides of a battle, it really can, because it's a very powerful streak, especially whenever you know how to place it down and stuff like that. So right here, again, a lot of time during the match is being wasted by staying around this area, because the enemy is just simply, with 32 people being on the map, and they would really have to either take a vehicle, or also you want to make sure you're pulling your parachute whenever you jump off right there. I know you're trying to go for a kill right there, but feel it out. You know, if you're falling off, pull your parachute right before you hit the bottom. You can do that. You just got to get the timing down. But as I was saying, basically a lot of these people, you know, they're going to really have to push through the people that are spawning in at B and C, and if they do get a flank off, again, there's not going to really be too many of them there, and if they start getting the flag, then that's whenever you make your decision to rotate back in there. So again, right here, as you guys can see, that they are taking, I think they're resetting D, so right now they're going to be spawning on D. And that vehicle, one of the things you should have done is, you saw that piece, there was a piece of cover there behind you. You could sit on that cover and try to take the guy out of the vehicle, or just strafe a little bit in the gunfight. So don't just stand still and shoot at that vehicle. You want to make sure you're moving, and then if you feel that the vehicle is getting too close, you want to unzoom your weapon, and you're going to want to just look a different way, super sprint and jump, so that way you could try to save yourself from the vehicle and they'll keep going forward and crash. That is something that you want to try to get down. Again, it's just going to be timing. You're going to have to feel it out, I should say, and eventually it'll be good. So right there, those are your teammates spawning in on D again, and it looks like the teammates are going in for a cap on A. So now some enemies have gotten E right now. Good, take this guy out. And what I would have done, as soon as I took that guy out, I would have turned around and started making my way towards E. Again, the main reason being is because that's where the enemies are going to be at. And remember, because I believe, yeah, your HQ is E, that means the enemies, since you are playing ground war, are going to be spawning around E, facing you right now towards D. So think of it as a cone. I'll link in the description below my Tavorsk district ground war guide, and you will see the spawn points and stuff like that, and you'll be able to see like what I mean by that. So basically there's just like a cone area that the enemies will spawn in depending on which HQ they have. So, but anyways, looks like a DEFCON is going to happen here, and then I believe, yep, a tactical nuke gets called in, so that's basically a free win, and since your teammate had gotten that, that is going to give you the free win. So if there's anything I would say, Chuck, it is you just need to rotate to the flags that the enemies are going to be at, and you also just need to focus on paying attention to your radar a little bit more. That will help you out, knowing the blips, the areas that people are going to be coming from. Also place those proximity mines at the bottom of staircases, and just keep playing the game, keep having fun, enjoying yourself, and over time you will continue to become a better player. So thank you for submitting the video, and if you ever want to do it again, feel free. And I thank you all for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.